Hello, my duplicate cupcakes, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is the final little episode for these 2 weeks. So if you have enjoyed this series, please drop me down a comment in the comments down below. That seems like a really awkward sentence. Just drop me a comment and let me know that you guys enjoyed this. I'll probably be, between this and the other one that I'm blanking on, I'll probably end up bringing this back in between series. I know it's been a lot of that recently, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And all that kind of good stuff. We're slowly updating our wire to heavy watt wire down here because we can't handle it. My circuits can't handle it. I did end up cutting that apart though. Let's take a quick look. As you can see, actually I can just do that. As you can see, this is also strained. You know what? It's just gonna have to deal with it for right now. As you can kind of see, I separated the two because this wasn't handling it very well. The metal refinery takes a lot of energy, which we just don't have. So trying to deal with that, as you can see, the circuit overload keeps happening. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna turn this off, is what I'm gonna do. That should solve that problem for now, so they won't be able to use it. And we can deal with actually upgrading all of this stuff. We're also carving out this to get some of this copper ore, because we need even more than that. Anything else that happened last time? I don't think so. Solely dealing with water. Not really sure what's going on up here. I don't know why we have water in here. That, I guess something must have gotten backed up. That's like my only possibility for what possibly could have happened up there. I have no clue. Okay, that's turned off, so we shouldn't have anybody using that as these guys start building the heavy watt wire. Oh, we need to deconstruct that as well. Heavy watt wire can't be built through doors, but it can handle up to, I think that's 20,000 watts. So we're going to just improve a little bit, which is exactly what I want. We're not gonna have enough between this little manual generator and this battery, just so you know. We're gonna need a lot more than that. Okay, so we finished all of this heavy watt wire, so the circuit itself should actually be okay down here. Of course, the amount of energy that's actually being used is a completely different story down here. So I think the big thing, we're gonna have to generate using something different. Now, we don't have any natural gas because we haven't found any. What is this? Oh, bleach stone. Interesting. In fact, I don't think we've seen... We've got chlorine. I have no idea what... Did you just eat that? Is that what just happened? We've got polluted oxygen. We don't have any sort of natural gas from what I'm seeing. Oh, there's sand in there. So we can't quite go for that. I haven't seen petroleum yet. We do have hydrogen. We would need to get to hydrogen, and I don't think we have any like natural producers of like hydrogen, so that alone is an issue. We do have chlorine, but I don't know what we can really do with that at this point. So I think really the best thing we can go with as of right now is actually going to be the coal converter. Coal generator. It's not a converter, which, I mean, I guess it kind of is. That's really pushing it though. Let me take a quick look here though. We do have the decontamination to use water to filter carbon dioxide from the air, something that we'll probably have to do if we generate using the coal stuff. I was looking to see... I'm not really sure. I thought I could have swore. In fact, I don't know where I'm looking. Oh, right here. Water into oxygen and hydrogen, and rust into oxygen and chlorine. But I'm really not sure what to do with the chlorine. I mean, outside of chlorine, like cleaning water in real life, I'm not quite sure what that's for, or what you can use it for. So I guess I need to do a little bit of research to see... Oh, espresso machine. Fact, that's a needed one. But I guess I need to do a little bit of research to see what I can find by like reading up in here, because honestly, I have no idea what it could be for. Is it for something like down here? There's something about steam and astronauts. That's not really useful for me right now. I don't know. I haven't the foggiest. So I think the best thing to do would be to build a coal generator. Now coal generators create heat and carbon dioxide, so we want to make sure that we've got water running through it because we need to do that for the to remove the carbon dioxide, but then we also need something for the heat. There we go. I will eventually get this. My brain is not working today. So I think the first thing I do want to do, kind of looking here, I want to put in some insulation because I'm actually going to build the generator down here. Have it kind of separate from everything else because honestly it does not need to be hanging out with any friends. And let me build a ladder down here. And we got a skill point, so let's take a quick look at that. Construction, that looks pretty good. I think let's do supplying because that would make sense for someone who's building. And let's just start clearing out this space right here. Okay, so we got some research done and I kind of got distracted here because you kind of see that there's a little bit more going on down here since we've unlocked this little area. I'm really, really curious about what's in there. As you can kind of see here, we're digging out this area, kind of working on this coal thing right here. Dawned on me that I was supposed to use the insulated tile, but I'm not sure if I really need to. We're gonna see what happens, see if that becomes an issue, but we're gonna hope that it doesn't, in all honesty. Ooh, we got some hard digging here. That should be fine. I'm going to just not put a door right there for right now because I don't know if that would actually be useful. Let's go ahead and choose another research. I'm still working on the secondary area. I'm going to do the textile production, and then I'm also going to jump into skills because Catalina down here got one. I'm going to throw her into crop tending so she has better agriculture so she can continue to work on all this nonsense. She could, in fact, use the farm station now, which is interesting. So she could probably use it. I'm not entirely sure how all this works, so I guess we'll just let things happen. But they are digging this out, and we're looking pretty good here, I think. Still not sure what's going on with the water in here, in all honesty, but, you know, I'm not gonna ask questions. Okay, we get some new printables. Ooh, and a skill point? I missed that one somehow. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that into improved construction for right now, but we also have some new printables. I'm still kind of not sure if I want to bring anybody else in. Not really interested. Somebody can't do building or doctoring. Let's go ahead and get some fried mushrooms. That seems like a tasty treat for all my guys. And really, we're not running low on manpower right now. I think we're going to want to think about doing that maybe in the next, I don't know, few cycles, like maybe the next time. But for right now, it's not too big of a deal. So we've got the coal generator started here. I'm gonna make sure that this is not, don't do anything with that for right now because we don't have anything for it. But then the other thing that we do need to worry about here is because we don't have a lot of power. So using the regular wire is gonna cause a variety of issues in this area, which we're gonna want to avoid. So I'm gonna see if I can't kind of trick the game into letting me get some of my metal refined without having to have all of the power to start with. I think it's gonna be kind of risky, but I'm hoping we can at least get enough to get some of that good wire going down here so that we can actually not have to worry about it. Also interesting to note here, a bunch of sand fell. So we're kind of trying to get this insulated tile here so that the temperature doesn't creep up into the other areas. I don't know if it will, honestly, but I don't want to risk it, so that's why I'm doing this right now. Oh, other thing I did do down here is I threw down a algae terrarium, because if this is going to create carbon dioxide, Might as well use it to create some oxygen, especially since, well, we need it down here anyway if anybody's gonna be going down there. Okay, we got some stuff. We got a achievement. What does this say? Outdoor renovations. Construct a building outside the initial starting biome. Okay. We got a log entry. I don't think I've read any of these. So, there's some survey stuff going on here. It says, as the duplicate scout further out, I've begun to piece together a better view of our surroundings. Thanks to their efforts, I've determined that this planet has enough resources to settle a long-term colony. But something is off. I've also detected deposits of absolite and neurotonium in this planet's composition, man-made elements that shouldn't occur in nature. Is this really the target location? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think we're lost, but that is okay. I'm gonna work on creating generic sensors for now. Things are going pretty well. We just got carpeted tile. We don't have fiber, and we just got the textile loom. I don't know what we need for that, so I'm just gonna not touch that for a moment. I still want to get this whole generator kind of going here. They're building the final ice insulated tile, and everything's pretty well carved out. Temperature wise, I'm kind of nervous, but because it is currently 88 degrees in there, we're probably, that's kind of concerning when it comes to like heat, especially with the coal generator in there. It might overheat. I don't really know. Does it say what the temperature of overheat is for this? Well, that's a melting temperature. It's currently 68 degrees. Does it not say? Is there not like a... Oh, overheat is 167 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think we're gonna hit that with the coal generator. I'm gonna hope we don't hit that with the coal generator. But, see, there's more water in here, isn't there? I have no idea what's going on with this. But we will turn this back on for the morning and so we can get more fresh water. But I think things are going. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know what to say. We got a skill point. Nisbet leveled up there. She's working on the super hard digging stuff. I think the next thing for her, kind of tempted to put her into tidying because she's doing the hard digging, but supplying might also be good because she's doing the digging. We could also put her into construction. I think maybe tidying for her would be the best course of action. Maybe. Okay, I'm just kind of carving a little bit this way to kind of see what we've got, and snow, guys, and polluted ice. I honestly... That's creepy sounding, second of all. But yeah, there's like all sorts of weirdness going on over here. So wasn't expecting snow of all things, in all honesty. Still interested to see what's going on down here. Lots of iron ore. I didn't mention this, but I kind of saw that. I think the thing I want to start working on over here is that we have no oxygen in this area. So that's a legitimate concern of mine, given the fact that we kind of need oxygen to survive. You know, on most days, that would probably be a good thing. And we just don't have that going on. Now, most of our energy is in fact strained right now, but we're gonna build an oxygen diffuser over here anyway, because that's just how I roll, apparently. I'm gonna dig my way in a little bit. I don't think another battery is gonna help, but we are finally working on our coal generators, so hopefully that will help, and we'll be able to maybe like tie this into some other stuff rather than just having it, you know, go straight to these guys. I don't know what we're doing. All right, we got our research done. We just finished up the generic sensors. We could go to advanced automation if we want, kind of thinking that maybe hazard protection would be really useful, because then you've got like the exosuits and they've got like these transportation stuff. I don't think we can do that. In fact, I know we can't, because you can see there's like plastic ladders and we have not unlocked plastic. So actually let's go up here. Let's do the sound amplifiers, and we're gonna finish up some of this power stuff, especially for like valve miniaturization. Wow, that's a hard word to say. Plastic manufacturing and that stuff. Let's work on that a little bit. This area is not looking too bad. I'm kind of interested about over here though, because we are going to be digging into this. Ooh, that is hot. That was really hot. We're gonna have to worry about heat though. Interestingly enough, it's like super hot and then 43 degrees. So I don't know what to do with that, honestly. I'm not sure what to do with ice either. So that's gonna be interesting to see what we've got when we get over there. I've never dealt with ice in this game, so I don't know what we're gonna be dealing with. Interestingly enough, here you can kind of see that we have a ton of water. So we might consider pulling over some of this gray water for use elsewhere. I don't think it would hurt to use it because honestly it won't. Ooh, we've got clock sensor, gas element. Oh, that's actually not bad. The clock sensor is kind of useful because you can turn like lights on and have them like automatically turn off at night. Not gate. Weight plate and gas element sensor. I have no idea what to do with those. Additionally, we do have plenty of refined metal that we could probably use to start upgrading some of these wires, which I think would be honestly really, really useful because we kind of need it. Additionally, we do have the coal generator done. It seems to be doing pretty well, and it looks like, can I check the circuit information? Yeah, I can. So we've actually got quite a bit going on here. I'm actually really impressed. This isn't on the circuit. That's what's happening here. I'm like, what is going on here? Here's what's going on. We're not on the circuit. So let's actually turn this up to high. Let's get this done so we can actually get access to the coal that's being used. So it's not just, you know, sitting there. I think we can actually turn it off and just disable the building. I would really like somebody to come down here and work on this. There we go. So now it's part of the system. We could probably, in fact, we should probably be putting something else on there, but this is looking pretty good. How are we doing with heat? Now, heat is something that I thought would probably be an issue with this. I don't think I'm wrong, but it looks like it's not too bad right now. It is heating up rather quickly though, so we might want to try and figure out what we can do for heat. We can also just disable the building, which might not be a bad thing when we're not using it. Let's go ahead and throw him into tidying a little bit more. But this also helps us to create some of this refined metal, which is really good. And it's creating carbon dioxide, but we do have the algae terrarium, so I'm hoping that doesn't cause too many issues. I guess we'll find out how that works. We could also, if we really wanted to, throw in a manual airlock here so that the carbon dioxide doesn't actually leave this room, though we do maybe tempt fate on that one a little bit. I'm just gonna hold off on that for right now. Kind of tempted to throw another battery in here. Might not be a bad idea. But it's looking pretty good and it's working, so that was something I wasn't exactly expecting. Let's turn this on. We're gonna have a water issue here, which I kind of assumed that we would eventually. Not too surprised. I see what's happening. I think I have figured it out. Wait a minute. Let me take a quick look at the plumbing stuff. The water that this is outputting, I don't know if that's actually dirty water. So if you look at this, oh, as you can kind of see that this is this water that it's outputting. It's just hot. It's not necessarily contaminated, it's just hot. So what we might want to do, actually, let me pause this. Let me, I'm gonna turn this down so that nobody puts coal in here. I'm going to, if it's just hot water, which I thought it was going to do polluted water. That's completely different. Then all we really need to do is send it this way. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. You can't have things overlap each other, which is why I can't actually put it right here. But I'm thinking we can probably do this, build it up like this. We do not need to have it output all the way up there. That changes things so freaking much. So much. I don't want it to, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of want it to cool down. So we want to make sure we're doing this right. Okay, let's make sure that that can get done. And you're definitely going to need to carve that out. But the water is hot, but that's why there's fresh water in there. That's what's happening. Now the fresh water is still gonna get thrown into here and it's just gonna go through, so it's not a big deal. But we actually don't need to be sending the water that far around. That's not necessary, which I didn't know that was going to do that. So that changes things like a lot. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oxygen generation's good. Travel time's a little high, which that's not great. I need to get some more food going in here. Let's actually make more one more lice loaf tomorrow. But in actuality, this isn't too bad. Temperature's absolutely going to be an issue in here, I'm noting. So we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with that. Very curious about snow. Can't quite get over there yet. But let's just keep working here. Oh, and we're out of electricity, of course. Okay, so midday here. Let's start with the skill point that we just got. Jean just got a skill point. I'm gonna throw that into electrical operation. Ooh, generator shooting usage and microchip crafting. We're gonna do that. And next we have some new printables. Let's take a quick look at, oh gosh. This one's a no-go. Thimble reed seed. Not sure what that is. Do I have access to looking at one of those? What does this do? What is this for? Oh, is used in the production of high quality fabrics praised for their softness and breathability. Ooh. So that would, actually, I have changed everything. We're gonna get those because we don't have any. And maybe we can plant those and we can start to get the stuff we need to create clothes. From what I gather, if you kind of look, just to be really mean, I'm gonna look at, who is this? Nisbet here. Nisbet's outfit is actually a -2 decor. That's so mean. So what we really want to do is we want to get the stuff that we need to create better clothes for them. And that's pretty important, I think. Now, I want to, okay, good, actually. There we go. So let's see if we can't, I hope this works. Just dawned on me. I think it will. I think those will both. Because that's an output there, and this is going to be an output, and they should both go here. They shouldn't. I don't know if I trust any of this. Maybe what I will. Oh, I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see what happens, and if it causes a major flood, then that's going to be real interesting. And we'll just take out the rest of the pipe when it's done. Actually, nothing's going to be happening down here because this is set to 1, so nobody's refilling it. And I just want to, I do want to get rid of pretty much all of this here. And that should help with some things. Probably get rid of that too. Is that gonna be good? Is that gonna work? Yeah, they're all just clearing all that out. And then we'll build all this pipe up here. So hopefully, I don't think we need that ladder. We're gonna destroy the ladder. And see if we can't just get all this pipe created. Like I said, I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna find out. In fact, I think that is done, so let's turn that on and see what happens. Is that just going to output as normal? Okay, it looks like it. It looks like it's outputting as normal, so that seems to be a positive thing. I guess we can leave that on. Now, let's take a quick look. I think everything's been created. So that should just put all of the water in here. Now the water's gonna be hot, but I'm hoping that will kill some germs. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I turn that back on. All right, research is done. So let's head all the way back down here. I think all we needed to do was generate that for the clothes. So no worries there. Let's go ahead and just create some more of that particular column of stuff. Who dropped what? Oh, because of downtime. That happens. If they get all excited about downtime, they drop their stuff. It's very weird. Generated researched a power control station. I have no idea what that's for. Improved buildings is what it does. Okay, that's cool. We can now make a jukebox. Honestly, who doesn't want a jukebox? And we have created a smart battery. Sends a green or red signal based on the configuration of the logic activation parameters. Okay, so that makes absolutely no sense to me. So this is looking pretty good down here. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens here. Let's take a quick look at how we're doing. Travel time's not too bad. Work time is pretty good. Idle time or base time, personal time, very little idle time. Like 0.02%, really? Looks like we're doing pretty well with everything else. This stuff looks like it's generating. This looks like it's doing pretty well. Let's build some tiles in here. There's some water up here. Just trying to debate really what I want to start working towards. We've got a lot of stuff to store. I think that might be something I want to work on. We do want to upgrade all of this wire. That's gonna take forever. My goodness. But I think it'll be useful. How much refined metal do we have? We have quite a bit. Ooh, we've also got iron ore to iron, which we have not in fact needed. Also, we're gonna turn on the coal generator again. How are we doing with heat? Does that dissipate very quickly? I don't know. I'm just trying to keep this away. Keep the heat away from up above. We might have to figure out how to handle that a little bit better later, because I honestly have no idea. I also want to see what happens if we start digging this stuff out. I don't know. Just kind of want to see. Okay, here's something I straight up haven't even looked at. We are against slime, and that's covered in slime lug germs. I legit am not entirely certain what to do with that information. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's probably going to become a problem. I'm not entirely certain how to deal with it. But that's okay. I guess we'll learn after all of my guys die. I have no idea. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Finally got around to starting to create some stuff for us, and the thimble reeds actually take polluted water to grow. That kind of took me off guard, I'm not gonna lie on that one. So I'm just gonna build some mealweed here. So we're gonna need to create a farm using polluted water. I am kind of in awe on this one. I was not expecting that. So I think I want to create a hydroponic farm using that. So it says it must be irrigated through liquid piping, which I think is just, you know, these guys here. So I don't know why we wouldn't just pipe some of our dirty water that way. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. We're slowly working on this. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Look at this. It's almost got 10 million germs in it. It's slowly increasing. Ooh, our research is done. Let's upgrade. We have... What do we want to do next? I'm kind of avoiding the decor for right now. Let's do plastic manufacturing. Sure, why not? We're not going to get much further than this today, I don't think. I want to continue to do this. I have turned this down, so it shouldn't be filled up, and I'll just turn it off once it's empty. Oh, I was like, what is that? It's a plant seed. I'm still kind of curious about what's down here. We can kind of see there's like a clock or something right there. Like this used to be where somebody lived, I think. I don't know what's going on down here. I'm really genuinely curious. So one of the other things I am doing is you can kind of see I've got some cots here. I do want to get some new dupes the next time this comes around because we're at a point where we need some people. Oh, we got another colony achievement. It's not raw. Have a duplicate eat any cooked meal prepared at an electric grill or gas range. That must have been the food that we got through the printing pod. Well, that was worth it. We haven't quite done anything else. That must have been the, what was that? The fried mushroom. That must have been what they just ate. Sounds good to me as long as they're eating. I don't know if I really care, honestly, what they eat. I just want to make them happy. But not too happy because that seems too much. But it looks like they're doing pretty well. We're almost done with the cots here and we are 0.8 cycles away from the next dupe. So I'm just gonna keep going here and when that pops up, I'll let you know. Okay, so there it is. Let me go ahead and give Ellie one of the perks that she gets, and also we have some new printables. I'm really fingers crossed that there's one that I can really use here, and I think nails is going to be it because both of these have narcoleptic and I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and get her. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we've got a new person and she comes with a skill point. I'm going to give her, you know what, take the art fundamentals. That should be fine. She has a bed. We'll have to give her a place to eat. Now, that's going to be it for this time. I'm going to build, actually. Just do that. As you can kind of see what I was working on, I was creating a hydroponic farm. We're going to be putting in those other seeds down here, but we do need to have the liquid intake be polluted water, so we have to figure out exactly how we're going to do that. And I think the best thing that we could possibly do is actually carve our way in here, get some of this algae, and then pump the polluted water in here so that we can actually then pump that out into this area. Not quite sure how I want to do that, but honestly, it's going to be the best thing. One of the things that did come across is we actually ran out of algae for our algae terrariums and our oxygen diffusers, so I went ahead and carved a bunch of that out, so we should be okay for a little bit, but we're going to need algae soon, and we're going to need to, you know, really get over here and start digging into this stuff. I have no idea how to deal with slime lug, so that's going to be interesting. We still have some up here that we can go get, and I think that's going to be our best course of action to start with before we start, you know, introducing ourselves into some really bad stuff. But this is our little base, and that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and thanks for stopping by on this little adventure into space. I hope to bring this back. This has been a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I will see you guys later.